Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Y'all good? I'm Miss Stacy, and this is Preschool Story Time designed for ages 3 to 5. Let's all turn around and wave and say hi to our friends watching on the camera at home. You can wave at that camera back there. Hi. Thanks for joining us. Let's do our welcome song, okay? We're going to slap our knees and clap our hands and do it again. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as quickly as we can. Hello. Hello. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as slowly as we can. Hello. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as quiet as we can. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as loud as we can. Hello! It's so loud. Okay. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as high as we can. Hello! Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as low as we can. Hello. Well, that's silly. Hello, everybody. Let's go over our story time plan. So we have it up here in pictures. We just did our hello, and I'll go over our announcements next. And then we're going to learn a word in sign language. We'll read our first story, do a little action song, read our second story, and then we have a flannel story, another book, another flannel story, double bonus today. And then we'll talk about our craft and sing our goodbye song. After our goodbye song, then we'll move into the craft room to do the craft. Okay, so our announcements today. Our Super Saturday program is this Saturday. It's called Artsy Craftsy, and it's from 10 to 11 a.m. It'll be in the craft room. You don't have to register for it. You can just drop in that window, and there's all kinds of craft things to do, but adult supervision is required in that class. We'll also be closed this Thursday and Friday for the Thanksgiving holiday. So Saturday will be the first day open after that. And for those who may not know, we do have our 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten program going on all the time. It's a really cool program, totally free. You just sign up at the preschool desk and you get a little booklet of your own. You can write your name in it. And you get a bag that says 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten for you to carry your books back and forth to the library. And every time you read a story, you'll just color in or mark off a planet. You don't even have to write down the name of the story or the author or anything. And if you read the same story 2 times, you can color in 2 planets. And when you get to 100, and for every 100 after that, up to 1,000, you come back in and you get a prize. That's it. You get prizes for reading. It's the best thing ever. So ask about that at the preschool desk if you're not already signed up. And we usually let you read it through your kindergarten year, even though it's called before kindergarten, just so we want everyone to hit 1,000 if they can, because that's a really cool accomplishment. Okay, so does anybody have a guess about what our story time theme is today? What do you think?
It's about vegetables and fruits.
Fruits and vegetables? Yes, definitely that. But in a broader category, it's food.
Oh.
Is that what you were going to guess? Food? You think it's what?
I think it's legs.
There's legs. Well, that's a creative guess. I like it. We're going to talk about food today. Does anybody know how to say eat in American Sign Language? Nobody? Well, there's 2 different words that we're going to learn. One is noun and one's a verb. So if you were just saying verb, like the action of eating, you would take your hand like that and tap your mouth once. Eat. If you were going to say food, like the noun, like the object, then you would do it twice. That's it. Eat or food. Can everybody do that? Eat or food. Very good. Y'all learned how to say eat in American Sign Language. That'll be probably pretty handy this week, I figure, for some of you. Okay, our first story today. Welcome, friends. Come on in and have a seat. Get comfortable. You want to sit on your bottoms so everybody can see? That's awesome. Good job. Okay, this is a silly story. It's called A Crazy Day at the Critter Cafe by Barbara Ordonaka, and the pictures were drawn by Lee White. You know, the people who write these stories and who draw these pictures, they're just people, just like you and me. And you know what that means? You can do it too if you want to. When you grow up, you can write a story and you can draw pictures. You don't even have to wait to grow up. You can do it now. Just an idea. Okay. It was a quiet morning at the Critter Cafe. The cook was dozing in his cheese souffle. The waiter was whistling sleepy tunes. When through the door walked 5 raccoons. I didn't see that coming. Hey there, waiter, we need some grub. Our bus broke down. We're starving, bub. The waiter jumped up, menus in hand, when through the door came an elephant band. Toot, toot, toot. Boom, boom, boom. Tubas and bass drums rattled the room. The raccoons hollered, "Feed us now!" when through the door rolled skateboard cow. Swish, zoom, swish, clickety-clack. Cow spun round, then twirled back. She was zooming past the apple fritters when through the door came a rush of critters. Macaws, turtles, lizards, lambs, penguins, zebras, kangaroos, rams. So many creatures poured off the bus, screeching, squawking. What a fuss. Quiet, please, the waiter said. Just sit down, we'll get you fed. Above the din, a wolf pup howled. Ow! Oh, dear me, my tummy growled. Did I hear some wolves? Should we all go do a wolf howl real quick? Ready? Ow! Good job, wolves. All right, and so the orders flooded in. Apple pie, said the pangolin. An ostrich squawked, cherry strudel. Chips and salsa, yipped a poodle. Raccoons crawled atop their chairs. Cow skateboarded down the stairs. The waiter scrambled this way and that. You forgot me, squeaked the rat. Do restaurants usually feed rats? Mine is icky. Mine's too sticky. Hush, said the waiter. You're much too picky. I can't eat this. It's too hot. I want what the otter got. Mine's too warm. Mine's too cold. What's this green stuff? Is it mold? Ew. Stop already, the waiter said, his tray seesawing above his head. Settle down, just eat your food. It might improve your attitude. Dude, with tail twitching, cow zoomed in. She's lost control, screamed a pangolin. Cow lurched this way, then lurched that, then crashed into the waiter. Splat! The waiter's tray flipped through the air, launching food everywhere. What a mess. Spaghetti and meatballs, root beer floats, dropped and plopped on pigs and goats, maple syrup, cottage cheese, splattered chicks and chimpanzees. A strawberry sundae doused a yak. A snail flicked kale off his back. Old Jumbo tried to toot his horn. What popped out? A cob of corn. Of course. Wiping cupcake from his eyes, covered in ketchup, milk, and fries, the waiter staggered to his knees. Achoo! Out flew 2 buttered peas. Ew. Now listen here, all of you. This cafe is not a zoo. Pay your bill, then out the door. And don't come back here anymore. The animals shuffled, shoulders sagging, tails tucked, feathers dragging. Come on, critters, said the driver. Engines fixed, and off they sped. Off they sped. Hooray, cried the waiter. Yippee, sang the cook. We're free at last. We're off the hook. They danced and hugged and clapped and cheered until they spotted something weird. What is it? It looked like a pile of mashed potatoes, smelled of fish and stewed tomatoes. It was sleeping soundly, snoring too, when it opened its eyes and said, "Moo?" "Wow," said Cow, "I missed the bus, and now it's just the 3 of us? Toss me an apron, show me the way. This old cow is here to stay." The cook and waiter, too shocked to speak, shot out the door like a lightning streak. "But cook," called Cow, "you forgot your hat." She tried it on, and that was that. Now it says Cow's Cafe. The end. That cow just came in and took over, didn't it? That's so silly. All right, everybody, let's stand up and move a little bit. We're going to do the banana song. Does anyone know it? I love the banana song. So first we're going to say bananas unite, and we'll clap above our heads like this, okay? Because we're going to be bananas. You ready? First we're going to pick the bananas after that. Then we'll peel the bananas. Then we're going to chop the bananas. We'll mash the bananas, eat the bananas, and then we'll just go bananas, okay? Okay, bananas unite. Pick bananas and pick bananas and peel bananas and peel bananas and chop bananas and chop bananas and mash bananas and mash bananas and eat bananas and eat bananas and go bananas. Just go bananas. Was that silly? Y'all want to do it one more time? Yeah. Okay, ready? Bananas unite. Pick bananas and pick bananas and peel bananas and peel bananas and chop bananas and chop bananas and mash bananas and mash bananas and eat bananas and eat bananas and go bananas and go bananas. Oh, that's silly. All right, turn around and sit back down. Very good. Okay, where are we at on our plan? We've done our first story. We've done a song. Now we're ready for our second story. Our second story is called Food Truck Fest by Alexandra Penfold. Pictures by Mike Dutton. Over at the depot and up with the sun, the food trucks get ready. Today will be fun. Time to hustle. There's prep work to do. Bring in the groceries. Here comes the crew. Let's get moving. No time to rest. Everybody's going to the Food Truck Fest. Family's up. It's hullabaloo. First get dressed. Where's baby's shoe? The sky is clear. The weather's great. The lines get long. We can't be late. Let's get moving. No time to rest. Everybody's going to the Food Truck Fest. Have y'all ever eaten at a food truck? There's some good stuff. Check the recipe, start to cook, peek inside for a closer look. Some trucks have ovens, others have grills. They're kitchens on wheels without the frills. Each cook has a special job preparing for the hungry mob, washing and drying, mincing and slicing, mixing and stirring. He's making icing. Let's get moving, no time to rest. Everybody's going to the Food Truck Fest. Blanket, bug spray, sunblock too. Bags are packed, but where's that shoe? Let's get moving, no time to rest. Everybody's going to the Food Truck Fest. Engines rumble, then start to roar. Close the windows, shut the door. Ready and loaded with tons of good eats. The fleet of mighty food trucks takes to the streets. I think those are all food trucks. Uh-oh, blocked bridge. What's that? Turtles going across it? They're pretty slow, aren't they? What can the trucks do? The festival's today. They need to get through. If they can't drive across, then they'll have to float. Hurry up, drive aboard the big ferry boat. The ferry is fast, the trip will be quick. The river is rough, but trucks don't get sick. Hold the ferry, wait. 4 more passengers run through the gate. Let's get moving, no time to rest. Everybody's going to the Food Truck Fest. The caravan arrives along with a crowd that's excited and eager and rowdy and loud. Let's get moving, no time to rest. Everybody's hungry at the Food Truck Fest. Everybody's going to be hungry after story time. The cooks get to work serving up lunch. The lines may be long, but there are samples to munch. Taste this morsel called falafel, or polish off a Belgian waffle. Kimchi tacos, that's no illusion. Korean and Mexican make a tasty fusion. Folks settle down with their hot dogs and ices, burritos, kebabs, pretzels, and slices. A band's playing tunes and everyone's eating. With such tasty food, who really needs seating? They're dancing, aren't they? Before too long, it's time for dessert. Will you choose ice cream or frozen yogurt? Soon the trucks serve up their very last snack. It's time to pack up. They're all going back. Look at them over here. They're going across the bridge that time. Home to the depot while it's still light to scrub and clean up. Sweet dreams. Good night. They went to the Food Truck Fest. Okay. That's a fun one. Now we're going to do a flannel story. Who's this guy? It is a bunny. He has a name. He is John the Rabbit. And we're going to do a little song about John the Rabbit, okay? And I'm going to say a line, and then I need you all to help me out. Can you help me? Yeah. Okay, so after I sing a line, then you are going to get big alligator arms and go crunch, crunch, munch. Can we practice it? You ready? Crunch, crunch, munch. You do it after every line, okay? Okay. Oh, John the Rabbit, crunch, crunch, munch. Got a mighty habit, crunch, crunch, munch. Jumping in my garden, crunch, crunch, munch. Munching down my carrots, crunch. My fresh tomatoes, my sweet potatoes. And if I live, crunch, crunch, munch, to see next fall, crunch, crunch, munch, I ain't gonna have crunch, crunch, munch, no garden at all. He ate my whole garden, y'all. John the Rabbit, that's what they do, isn't it? They get hungry, they eat all your fresh tomatoes and sweet potatoes, and, oh, well, that's okay. We'll let him be. Thanks for visiting us today, John the Rabbit. All right, we have one more story, and this one I thought was very cute. It's called Rosie the Truffle Hound, and the pictures and the words were all created by Jesse Hartland. Look at that. What is that?
Dog.
It's a dog. What's that dog doing? That dog's riding a bicycle. My goodness, what else can that dog do? Let's see. All right. Rosie is a dog with a keen sense of smell. She knows when a pie is coming out of an oven 3 houses over. She can smell a sizzling frank on a grill a mile away. She can even smell the stale breath of a snoring mole deep in the woods. Look, it's in this hole all the way down here. And she can smell his breath. That's a good sense of smell, isn't it? Rosie lives in a cozy house down a winding path set in the middle of a forest of towering trees. It's nice, but she has nothing to do. The other dogs mostly sleep all day, chase squirrels, or watch TV. Rosie prefers to sit outside and smell the roses. Her family loves her, but they're always busy making chocolate truffles to sell in their shop. The chocolate truffles smell so good, but Rosie can't eat them because, as you may know, chocolate is poisonous for dogs. Poor Rosie. So one day, she runs away. Rosie's family is sad. They put up signs everywhere, but Rosie's far away. Where is Rosie? She's in the big city, smelling the big city smells. Pizza baking, garbage stewing, and scrumptious street food. But there's no time for sightseeing. Rosie needs a job. She's lucky to get a job as a guard dog in a museum. But the job is so boring, she falls asleep. She gets fired. She tries becoming a show dog. It is glamorous, but Rosie does not like fussing with her hair. And the smells are dreadful. When she gets a job as a guide dog, her nose gets her in trouble. Look, here's her person that she's supposed to help get around, and Rosie got distracted by the hot dog cart. Let her person go off on their own. Then one day, she gets a whiff of a different sort of job. It says, wanted, dog with a keen sense of smell. The next morning, she bikes out beyond the city to a cool, pungent forest of oak and hazelnut trees. A man greets Rosie. Ah, my Truffle Hound has arrived. Truffle, isn't that what her family makes? These truffles are not the chocolate kind. They are fungi, like mushrooms, and they grow underground near the roots of old nut trees. They are not so easy to find. That's where the good nose comes in. Truffles, being so tricky to find, are very expensive. Fortunately, they are quite flavorful, so just a little bit is enough. Chefs love to cook with truffles. Only dogs or pigs can be truffle hunters because of their keen sense of smell. A dog's sense of smell is 50 to 100 times greater than a human's. Pigs are good at finding truffles, but they often gobble them up. I've just spied the pig, said the man, so here's what you're hunting for. The man holds up a truffle to Rosie's nose. The smell is divine. It is earthy and nutty and musty and unique, better even than chocolate. When you get a whiff of one of these, dig, baby, dig, but carefully, and then put the truffle in this basket. At first, Rosie digs up an old shoe. But soon she's very good at her new job. Her boss is very happy with her work. Good job, Rosie. Look, it's full of truffles. At the end of the week, she buys a brand new bicycle. All right.
It's nice to be appreciated.
But Rosie is sad. Digging up truffles in the woods is a lonely job. She longs to be with her family. So one day she rides back to the house set in the middle of a forest of towering trees. Do I smell what I think I smell? Says Rosie as she rides down the winding path. She takes a close sniff of the ground. digs a bit, and yes, she recognizes that divine smell. Truffles! Rosie's family can't believe their eyes. Rosie! Rosie's back! And they can't believe their ears when they hear what's growing in their woods. She told them that they had truffles. Now the shop sells both kinds of truffles, the chocolate ones and the fungi ones. Rosie is happy. She spends her days digging truffles and working in the shop. She is surrounded by her family and the delicious smell of truffles, both kinds. And on the back here, there's a couple of truffle recipes. One is for chocolate truffles and one is for the fungi truffles. So that's interesting. That'd be kind of fun to make those recipes, I think. All right, John the Rabbit, hop, hop away. And has anybody ever gone to Baby Bookworms before? For the baby story time? What do they do when they put in the popcorn? Bing, 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 bing. Okay, well can we ping as we put up these? Bing, 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 bing. How many popcorn kernels do we have? You are so good at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How did you know? 5 little kernels sitting in a pot. All of a sudden, one went boop, boop, it, boop. Now it's popcorn. How many kernels do we have now? 4. 4 little kernels sitting in a pot. All of a sudden, one went boop. Now how many do we have? Okay. 3 little kernels sitting in a pot. All of a sudden, one went boop. 2, we have 2 left. Do you think he'll turn into popcorn? Yeah. 2 little kernels sitting in a pot. All of a sudden, one went boop. Now we have 1. 1 little kernel sitting in a pot. All of a sudden, it went pop. 0. We have 0. All of our popcorn pop. Oh, I love popcorn. That's some yummy stuff. But you know what else I love? Spaghetti with meatballs. This is my little plate of spaghetti. Num, num, num. This one has marinara sauce and noodles and meatballs. Nom, 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 nom. But you are going to be making the same thing because this is our craft for the day. So in our craft room, you'll find a paper plate. You will find just some solid pieces of paper, and you can choose marinara or pesto. If you aren't familiar with pesto, that's made with like basil and pine nuts. It's so yummy. I can't eat tomatoes, so I had to include some pesto option. And then you can rip it up into pieces and glue it down to your page if you want to, or you can cut it like I did into like a wiggly little liquid blob. Whatever you want to do. You can glue it to your plate first. We've got some fun glue in there and paint brushes, and we're going to like paint with glue, okay? After you get your sauce down, then you'll take your noodles made of yarn, and you can paint some glue on your sauce and then glue your noodles down. And then at the end, if you want to, you don't have to use your meatballs. Maybe you're a vegetarian, then that's fine too. But you can paint your meatballs and stick it on top of your noodles, and you'll end up with a plate of spaghetti. Just like that. Okay, so that's our craft. It's all set up in there. Let's sing our goodbye song, okay? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as quickly as we can. Goodbye. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as slowly as we can. Goodbye. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as quiet as we can. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as loud as we can. Goodbye! Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as high as we can. Goodbye! Last one. bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as low as we can. Goodbye. Thanks for joining us for preschool story time, and thanks for joining us at home. We'll see y'all next time.